Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to the first webinar of English Teacher Side. Today we are going to discuss the role of teacher in the classroom. So I hope everyone is familiar with this topic. So if you have any question, you can ask in between. All right. So our webinar is going live. It can be also watched in our website and also in the YouTube. So there is in the left top right left corner on the top you have a sign that is for chatting. If you have any question, you can send by chat on that. And there also we have question and answer icon there. Okay, you can make use of that chat. And okay, so are you able to see me? Can you hear me? Yes or no? Okay. All right. Okay. So what do you have to say about the role of teacher in the classroom? Is the teacher a different person in the classroom and outside the classroom? When the teacher is taking class, is he becoming or is she becoming a different person? That's the first thing we have to discuss. When a teacher is engaged in class, does her personality changes? Does her personality change into something, or does it become larger than life? Or is there any changeover? You can also speak. Yes. Okay, go ahead.
Are you able to hear me?
Tell me. Are you able to hear me?
I can hear you, but there's no vision. I can't see anything.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
You can. Okay.
I can't see you.
Yeah.
Why is that so?
So tell us, let's discuss the topic, the role of teacher in the classroom.
Role of teacher in the class.
So what are the roles teacher play in the classroom?
I think the most important role will be as a facilitator.
Yeah.
Okay, that will be to get students to facilitate the students so that they can work on their own. Okay, that will be the main goal. To teach, of course, as a teacher, to guide.
Okay. So um, teacher guides, or
Guide.
teacher acts as a controller, or sometimes teacher is a guide, sometimes a facilitator, right?
Yes.
Sometimes a tutor, right? And
Student
sometimes just a prompter, sometimes
from
an assessor, right? Somebody who,
assessor, yes.
you know, assess the work, and sometimes an advisor, a guide, right?
Yes. At the same
Okay.
time, a disciplinarian to take the control of the class.
Oh, yes. So, so I think depending on the subject that we are dealing with, the role of teacher changes, right?
Yes.
For example, when we teach grammar, what kind of role do we play?
When we teach grammar, I think the first role will be to impart knowledge. They have to teach the rules of grammar. Okay,
Pardon me? Could you repeat that?
the knowledge has to be given. So they have to impart knowledge first when you are teaching grammar.
Yeah,
Okay, that will be that. So that part of knowledge the teacher has to
yeah,
input has to be
that's
given.
correct. Because we are, when we teach grammar, actually we present an information, right?
Yes, the
So
new
we want
information.
every student in the class to listen to the teacher, because
Yes,
it's a time of information exchange, right? And
right.
we present the information, and there is no um, scope for a student interaction in between when we teach grammar. But on the other side, on the other hand, when we teach speaking, right? When we teach speaking in the class, this is not a one way traffic, right?
Yeah, that's an interaction.
Teacher, teacher becomes a prompter there,
Yeah,
and
yes,
teacher asks, teacher inspires students to
speak.
uh, right, come forward with their ideas or their own points, right?
Type of
Yeah,
speaking
teacher
activity.
prompts them to speak. Okay.
Okay.
And what what are the times when the teacher becomes a tutor? A tutor.
A tutor, when there's one when a particular student doesn't understand what has been taught, then there will be a one-to-one tutoring, one-to-one teaching.
Yeah.
You teach as a class, and if there were some students who will not understood what you have taught, then individual attention is given, and that is when the role of a tutor comes in.
Okay. And yeah, it's often the teacher becomes a tutor when the student comes to consult the teacher,
Yes, yes, consulting.
maybe in between the lesson, or even after the lesson, or even before the lesson. So there are some students who always has, some students always come with some questions, right?
Yes,
To the, comes to the teacher personally with questions, and then
yes,
teacher has to uh, switch to the role of a tutor,
teacher, yes.
and he
Even,
has
even,
to.
even
Yes.
after correction of their words,
Oh, yes.
individual attention would be needed.
Yeah,
Some,
especially, and also or the tutor has to act like a language tutor, right?
right, right, yes,
So, to explain their mistakes and correct their errors and giving some personal consultation, right?
right, right.
And in which subject, when we teach which subject, the teacher simply becomes an agency, or simply becomes a facilitator. The teacher is there, but the teacher doesn't speak, or teacher doesn't involve. So, can you think of any situation where the
Situation when
teacher is just a
when they're given a
facilitator?
situation, when they're given work to do in group,
Mm-hmm.
you've already taught, you've already given them the topic, and they're supposed to discuss and come up with uh, an activity, whatever activity, an output. Then the teacher's only there as a facilitator. She doesn't give any input.
Okay. Yes, the teacher, especially when the students are given some group activity,
Group
right?
activity and an assignment to do.
And yeah, and also if the teacher conducts a class test or something kind of examination, then the teachers just becomes a facilitator, and and becomes a mere supervisor, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And so of these roles, which is your favorite role?
I
So
think
we discussed a lot of roles
all these
like
roles come
controller.
naturally. No, all these roles comes naturally in every lesson, depending
Yeah.
on the topic. So
So you are
what
very
teacher
free to switch from roles to roles, right?
yes, these roles, yes.
Yeah. But which role do you think is the easiest to perform?
Depends, no, actually, it depending on the level of the students, depending on how good are the students or how weak the students are. The, the discipline level of the student plays a big role when the teacher takes teacher's role in the classroom. So if it's say you're a high performing class, then the teacher's role is just to give a little knowledge and then and act more like a facilitator.
Okay.
Okay, but unlike if it's a low performing class, then the discipline has to come in first before anything can take place.
All right. And what's your experience about your personality changes when you teach something inside the
Yeah,
class, and when you just behave as a person outside the class? Do you think you have any change of personality?
yeah, there's a lot of change in personality because when you are teaching, depending on the topic, you have to change your gestures and yeah, totally there's a difference. You tend to have humor in the class sometimes, and outside it may not be that a humor person as what you say. In the class, it's a all multiple like it's a multi role that you play.
Okay. So, um, what makes a good teacher? Is there an ideal good teacher, or ideal good person, uh, or ideal teacher personality, something like that?
Ideal teacher
Ideal personality for being a teacher. something like that?
I
Or
think
can
that
anyone be a good teacher or
I
no?
think an ideal teacher, I think the commitment is the main, the commitment towards the work, that's the main thing. Because at the end of the day, it is the teaching that is important. So the passion for the job must make a teacher an ideal person in the classroom.
Okay.
Okay.
So as for me, I'm just myself, and even when I teach, and I have got a lot of appreciation for being myself, inside the class and outside the class.
Uh-huh.
And because when we are ourselves, when we don't hide our personality from the students,
Mm-hmm.
um, I think even the students can follow what we teach very easily, because we don't we don't you know um, put on in someone else's uh, clothes, or
Persona.
like we don't have any affectation. So it becomes very transparent, or it becomes very easy to communicate with the students. So this is my
You mean outside and inside the class?
oh yeah. So that's my impression, about myself, that I do not change. Even when I step into the class, I don't become a different person. I'm
Okay.
just the same inside and outside. I haven't, come across any problem because of not being, you know, a different person inside the class. So it makes our job easy, because be natural. We can be natural with the students, and also with the lessons. So, and also I think my experience with teaching is I learn everything uh, while I teach. So
Yes, that's
it's
very true.
equally rewarding to the, teaching is a very rewarding career, because we learn as we teach, right? We learn more as we teach. So it's a kind of a give and take. So um, I have never felt like doing doing a hard work uh, when I teach, because it's something that I enjoy. So, right. And another aspect we have to discuss is the teacher-student relationship, right?
Yeah.
So the rapport,
I think
right?
like
So
in your
the
case when you say,
yeah.
okay,
So
what
how,
your
if you are going
what
to an yeah.
what group of students are you talking about when you say your role in and outside the classroom is the same? What is your level of your students? Tertiary level, secondary,
What's
or
that?
elementary? You say that your role as a teacher inside and outside the classroom is the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
So I said not the role is the same, but I said the personality is the same.
okay, your personality is the same, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay, so personality, yes.
yeah.
My question is the level of your students.
Level of,
What category, which class are they in? Are they little kids? Are they tertiary students or secondary students?
yeah. I have taught adults and also teens, um, teens to adults, I think. So adults means people of 30 years of age and below.
Yeah, that learners. Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
even I have taught, um, students who are already parents, students who have two or three kids. So And my experience is teaching the adults. When we teach the adults, we have to be more considerate, more understanding, because sometimes the adult student may not be available for a full-time lecture, so he or she may have to go out even before the
Yeah,
expiry of the class, right? Because so many family matters, you know such commitments are there. But to teach the teen is a very gives a very comfort zone for the teacher. And the teacher can play like play or behave like an authority when you are dealing with the teens. But when we teach the adults, we have to adjust to their needs, right?
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The adults, because they are working people, so that we should appreciate that their interest in studying is there. So of course we have to give and take a lot as the adult learners are concerned. Teenagers, of course, the core business for them is studying, and we need to guide them.
Hmm. Yes.
So the concern about personality, I think it depends on the student. If you are having some good students, I think our personality will not change much.
Yeah.
But if they are the problem students, then there will be a change in the personality in order to discipline them.
Yeah.
So that scenario
All
is
right.
a bit.
So, do you think we have to discuss any other aspect for on this topic?
I think no. I think basically
Mm,
it's the same.
so, like, say, what are the skills needed for a teacher? What are the teacher skills one should possess in order to being a teacher, a successful teacher? So that's very simple. A teacher has to
Know the content, her subject matter well.
yeah,
That's the
a
most important thing.
teacher. Yeah, yeah, the same thing.
Mm.
A teacher has to have a skill of managing the classes. The classroom management
Yes,
skills. That's a quite obvious thing, right? If
yes.
he if the teacher can't manage the class, that means
Then it's
uh,
nothing that can do.
he is or she is she is not a good teacher, right?
Yeah.
Another thing, something that we always look upon, or we don't even consider some other skills that a teacher should have. Like, um, for example, if the teacher gives a group a task to different groups in the class, when we you know allocate or allot group discussion or group activity for different groups. I have come across some teachers who give tasks which are not matching with other group, right? So the teacher should give matching tasks to everyone,
So, what she
right?
teaches and what she gives is
Yeah,
different.
match, that task should match,
Yeah, of course.
right? The activities they are asked to do, each group should have a matching activity with the other. But if the teacher is favorite towards one group of students or one particular student, when the teacher gives assignments and stuff, that's not a good thing, right? And also when the teacher forms groups, there are different students who have multi talented. There are multi talented students are there, and maybe there are some students who are not that talented, in terms of their learning skills. There are students with different levels, right? So the teacher should always try to balance uh,
Yeah, true. Very good.
the talent of, the teacher should uh, set up groups that match in talents, in skills. Otherwise, when it comes to assess the group, it won't be justifiable, right?
Yeah, true.
And that's something we should, I think we should also add to this topic, right? And another most important thing is about teachers is that some teachers come to class without any preparation,
Yeah.
without a plan, without a lesson plan. So what do you think about that? A teacher with, you know, some 20 or 30 years of experience,
Yeah, because for us,
does she need to prepare in advance
yes,
before the
any
class?
teacher needs to prepare, yes. Whether it's 30 years or what, that's part of our schedule that we must have a lesson plan.
Is preparation necessary for a teacher?
Yeah,
Even
preparation is
yes?
definitely necessary. You
Okay.
need to know what you want to teach. Then there will be a systematic flow in the lesson.
Okay. So a preparation is a must for all teachers, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And um, when a student answers a question in the class, an open question, uh, what does the teacher what does the teacher do normally? Is it necessary that a teacher should recognize a student or not?
But, I didn't get you really.
Yeah, should a teacher recognize a student for doing or answering some questions?
Of course, you need to know the level of the student. I mean, your lessons are prepared based on the student, your level of the class that you're teaching. So definitely, when you question, you've got to question based on their level first before you develop the lesson,
Okay.
right? Mm.
And another thing about teachers, what people say is that, uh, this teacher has been teaching in this class for the last 7 months or 8 months. Still, the teacher is unable to recollect any student's name by person.
Mm.
Teacher never learns the name of
Names of
students.
students.
So, how come or why does that happen? So, can you do you remember or do you learn the names of your students?
Yes, I, I, I would say I do learn, but there are some students who, because of their names, similar name, who is who are, that kind of a problem set too. Because we take the first name of the student. So sometimes both have the same name, but the father's name is different. So when you don't remember the father's name, then you confuse which student you are referring to. But basically, of course, we will know our students. we have to know the names of the students and who the students are, because that's how we know the level of the student.
Yeah, there are at least some teachers learn the names of a few students, but do not
Or that is
learn the names of all students.
uh,
Maybe some teachers just remember the names of the teacher, the favorite students
the favorite
or the
students, the
best students
notorious
in the
students,
class.
the notorious students, the excellent students. That's how they
Yeah.
remember them.
So I think it's a part of it's a kind of recognition that if we call a student by his
Oh
name,
yes, yes, yes.
you know, because we are recognizing the student as an individual. So it's always good to learn the names of
Remember the
students
names of students.
because it's a sign that we respect the student as an individual, right?
Yes.
And I think it's even if the teacher spends some time for learning the names, it is worth, I think, right?
Yeah, of course.
Because it's we should respect the individuals, the students as individuals. So we need to recognize their names. We need to remember their names,
Yeah.
right? All right. Any other aspect?
I think we have covered most of the areas that you wanted to touch
Yeah,
upon.
we covered a lot of aspects, but the thing is, there is no other participants, so there are no questions.
Actually, all the waiting. Nina was there. Easy has been coming in and out. Ganeshan was there because we take 6 hours. So from 12 to 1, they were all around.
Yeah.
So then after that, when you came in, Nina was to go out, so she left. Did you tell
All
Jayla
right.
anything?
So we will maybe we will put an end to this
The next
webinar and
event,
then okay.
after the next
All right.
event
So we will
after
plan in advance and fix the time. The problem is the time varies from country to country, and
yeah,
also the
exactly.
schedule of people
We
and
plan one
the
after Lizzie's exam, so then we can have her and you all plan one.
all right. I'm good for any time that you people are available. So we'll fix it like that. All right. So I'll just we'll stop the broadcast for now. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
And we will see it. We will see it in YouTube. Maybe I don't know about the
Don't put it in
audibility.
story version. Super. I have
Okay.
a standard one. This is a trial one. Don't put it in YouTube. Wait for the
All
next
right.
one.
We will see. We will see. Okay. We will see how it is. Just to
Okay,
see how it is. Okay. All
okay.
right. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Bye.